Hey everybody, Dr. Moon here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Jesse Wells. If you don't take anything else or you click away from this video before now, look that name up. That is an amazing young artist, singer, songwriter, one of the best that I've seen. If you took John Prine and Bob Dylan and put them together, and he does an awesome job. And the reason for this video, the way that I wanted to help you all, is that he's provided an excellent example of the way that you can busk and not have any kind of issue with the way that you've set up. And so I hope that you'll stay with me on the video, but if you click away, do yourself a favor and look up Mr. Jesse Wells. And so I'll explain it and you'll get to hopefully see him if you stay with this video. So let me explain what's happened. The last video that I did was on a young celebrity who went out in the streets of India and he set up and was asked to leave. And the way that it had happened was that he had brought a small sound system with him. He was in India and he was very well known and respected musician. He had played for a sold out crowd the night before and he was going to play the next day. And he decided that he would go out and share his music and art, had permission to do it. But there were several things that I pointed out in that video. Now, I don't mean to be redundant on that, but he had brought the sound system down and he was having people sing along with him. And so in ways he created a noise complaint. And that was part of the reason that the law was brought in. And when the policeman showed up, they didn't immediately engage with the policeman. And so the policeman unplugged them. And it came out as a negative publicity kind of thing. And so I did a video on that because I want you to remain safe and secure when you go out to exercise your First Amendment rights and you want to do your street performance or whatever. There's certain things that I want you to bear in mind. So in this, if you would look up Jesse Wells, New York subway, and you will see a video pop up. He does a really great song, and if you watch, there's shorts of it and then there's a longer video of it. I hope that you'll watch the longer video of it because as a busker, as a street performer, as someone going out, I want you to take note of the song, but also of certain ways that this went down that made this work, whereas the other celebrity who went out to play ended up badly. So when you come into this video, you'll notice that he is standing in a New York City subway. And when you watch the video, you see that there are maybe 15 or 20 people in a semicircle around where he's set up. Traditionally, he plays with a single guitar. He's outstanding in a field, and so that's the reason I say he is outstanding in his field. Literally, if you watch his videos, they're very identifiable. He works like an artist in that he puts his art in the middle. His frame and his matting are the fields and the background there, and he usually keeps those pretty consistent, like a mat around a picture. And he presents his art. So as a busker, he is providing these awesome examples of the fact that you do not need a fancy anything to do it. You do not need a bunch of things to go out and express yourself and express your art. So let me get back to the story. He is standing in a New York subway. He's got a small curve of people. When there is apparently a train that comes or goes, where they are that, you notice that he actually steps back. He has no microphone, he has no sound system, there's nothing on his guitar. He really doesn't have a sign. If you did not know who he was, he's not really dressed extraordinarily. He's just wearing a jacket and playing his guitar. He steps back with his back against the wall, just like the other artist. It's a good idea to sort of, as a busker, to have a background. Sometimes that helps you not feel so out there. So remember that when you go to the street. But he steps back. People are going about their day. And this is what I also want you to understand. Both these artists were well-known people, and he has this young man, Jesse Wells, had played to a sold-out crowd in a place called the Bowery Ballroom, I believe, and or was supposed to play a sold-out crowd that night. That's the amazing thing about being a busker, about being a street musician, is that there is no separation between you and the person that is coming along. You have no control over that. It's not like they bought a ticket and got a motel room and stayed the night to come to your concert and then stood out back to stand and get your autograph. They didn't even know he was going to be there. He looked like he took maybe 6 of his closest friends. They walked down into the subway. And this is, again, he did not create a noise complaint in that the way that he set up was very, very low key. Most of the people going to their subway train didn't even look up from their phones. You see them passing by, missing a free concert that was happening in front of them. So don't feel bad. If you are an incredible musician, and there are really good musicians that are out on the street that are giving away their talents to the universe, remember that. Don't feel badly if people just walk on by. That's the nature of this. They continue to go on by, and in the news report, he said that he had played a set. And so that means that there was no involvement with the police. Nobody got called for a noise complaint. It's legal to busk in the subways of New York City. It's legal in India, but it's not encouraged. It's not celebrated like it would be in New York. Most people in New York are more familiar with people going out and being a busker. And so I thought that that was a really great example of, in comparison to the other one, there was no sound system, there was no trip hazard, there was no issue in setting up, breaking down. He didn't even have a guitar case. I think he just carried his guitar with him. It is a great example of how simple you can not overthink what you're doing, get out, have a great time, exercise your First Amendment rights, and in performance, in your speech, in your writing, and I'll do another video about that. So thank you so much. Please, if you haven't subscribed, I ask you now to, it's taken me 1.5 years to finally have something that I feel like I can tell you that is of value and that might be of interest and of help right now. And so I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you again. Hey, let me say this. I had not noticed that this rainbow was creeping around on me until I watched the video, and I realized that I hadn't invited Jesse Wells to Blacksburg, Virginia to busk on our streets. Look up Blacksburg Sidewalk Stage, whoever you are, and you're welcome to come to our streets and to perform. I would love to meet you, and it is definitely something to take advantage of. And so again, blessings on everyone, blessings on your day. I hope things go really, really well. And now that I know I have a rainbow on my shoulder.